Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing my MLB predictions at the All-Star break. We're going to put some teams in three categories. Either division winners, the wild card teams, and the teams I think are just going to miss out on the playoffs but contend for a spot in the wild card or maybe even a division spot. But we got the division winners in the AL East. That's going to be the Yankees. I think that one's pretty obvious. They're the best team in baseball. Got 13-game lead on the Rays entering the All-Star break. Then we go to the Central, and that's where it starts to get a little interesting. Minnesota only has a 2-game lead on Cleveland and a 3-game lead on the White Sox. So any of those three teams could win the division, but I do think the Twins are going to hang on. I think it's going to be close, but I think the Twins are barely going to win the division by just a couple games. Then we got the AL West, and I think the Astros are going to win it. They have a 9-game lead on the Mariners, and the Mariners' win streak won't last forever. So I do think the Astros are going to win the division. But then for my AL wildcard teams, at the top wildcard spot, I got the Mariners. I am a Mariner fan, but they've won 14 straight entering the All-Star break. There've only ever been 3 teams before the Mariners to do that. All 3 of them made it to the World Series, and 2 of them won it. So, not saying Mariners are going to win it all. I'm just saying, they're going to make the playoffs. Going to be the top wildcard seed in the AL. Then the next AL wildcard spot, it's going to be the Rays. And the Rays are going to be the only AL East wildcard team. The third and final spot is going to the Chicago White Sox. Now, the other teams that are going to contend for a spot is going to be Toronto, the Orioles, the Guardians, and the Red Sox. But that's my AL predictions. Got the division winners being the Yankees, Twins, and Astros. Wildcard teams are going to be the Mariners, the Rays, and the White Sox, with the teams just missing out being the Blue Jays, Baltimore, Cleveland, and the Red Sox. Now moving on to the National League. The National League gets a little more interesting, especially in the East and the Central. In the East, you got the Braves only 2.5 back from the Mets in the division. And I do think the Braves are going to catch them and win that division. The Mets, I don't know how to feel about them this year. Obviously, they're winning their division. I do think they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to win the division. I think Atlanta, coming off of the championship, I think they're going to win the division and get in the playoffs like that. Then, you got Milwaukee and St. Louis. St. Louis is only a half game back from Milwaukee during the All-Star break. But I think Milwaukee is going to win the division. I do think they're going to win it. And then, moving on to the AL West, obviously, this is going to be the Dodgers. San Diego could maybe make a big comeback. I guess San Francisco could as well, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Then we got the wild card teams in the National League, and the first team is going to be the Mets. They're going to be a wild card team, but the Braves are going to take that division, I think. And then the next 2 wild card teams are going to be San Diego and St. Louis. I think that San Diego and St. Louis are going to take it away from teams like Philadelphia, who are going to be contenders, and the Giants, who are going to be contenders. But I think that's all my list. My division winners will be the Yankees, Twins, Astros, Braves, Brewers, and Dodgers, with my wildcard teams being the Mariners, Rays, White Sox, Mets, Padres, and Cardinals. But that's my predictions for the playoffs. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to predict who the final 4 teams are going to be, and then who's going to end up winning it all. So in the ALCS, I'm going to be really lame, and I'm going to say it's going to be the Yankees and Astros. I don't really see it playing out really any other way. Those 2 teams are just so much better than everyone else in the American League. I don't really see any other teams beating them. Maybe the Twins, maybe the Rays, maybe the Mariners could, but maybe the White Sox, but I really don't see it happening. I think the Yankees and Astros are going to meet in the ALCS. Then we got the NLCS. And I do think the Dodgers are going to make it. But here's kind of my dark horse team, you could say. I think the Mets are going to choke their division away, but then make it to the NLCS. And that may be kind of weird for me to say that they're not going to win the division, but they're going to make it to the championship series. But I think they're going to do it. The Mets are going to have a weird year. They're going to make it to the championship series after blowing the division. But that's where it's going to end. The Dodgers will beat them, and then the Yankees will beat the Astros. And we will have Dodgers-Yankees World Series. And the winner of the 2021 MLB World Series is going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are going to pull it off. They've been so good this year. Entering the All-Star break, they're 60-30. That's a 66% win percentage. They've won 2/3 of their game. They're entering the All-Star break on a 4-game win streak, winning 9 of their last 10. I just like how they're playing right now. Yankees had a little bit of a struggle recently. Tried to pick it back up against Boston entering the All-Star break. But I think the Dodgers are going to win it all. They're going to just have a great second half of the season, carry it into the playoffs, and just never stop and win it all. But that's my predictions. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments down below. And let me know who you think is going to win it all. That's all I got.